Journey with Judy.
Honest, open, transparent. It's hot.
There's no such thing as perfect people. There's no such thing as a perfect life. So come as you are, broken and scarred. Lift up your heart and be amazed and be changed by a perfect God.
There's no such thing as perfect people. I'll say. I always say perfection is the ability to incorporate the imperfection. And you know what? We did that. Since we last journeyed together, we celebrated as a family our Campion Christmas. That's my side of the family. And talk about incorporating the imperfection. I had my 4 out of 6 siblings together. Their kids, and in some cases, their grandkids. For the first time in 6 years, I got together with my 3 sisters. It was by choice that over the past 6 years we have not gotten together, and I can honestly say that it was mostly my choice. So what made this extraordinary and not just ordinary is that. And this time we did things a little bit different. Because of the economy, we agreed that we were not going to exchange gifts. In the past, we always had like a secret Santa, or we drew names or whatever. And even though we looked forward to those gifts, this time we just agreed as adults it wasn't the best thing for our families. And I have to tell you that my kid said, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. No Christmas, it's not Christmas without gifts. Were her exact words. And you know what? I tried to explain to her that it is absolutely Christmas without gifts. The most important thing is Jesus. And as I said that, I wasn't really feeling it because I am like all about presents. I totally love presents. But I wanted to convey to my daughter, really, Christmas isn't about the presents. And after having this experience with my siblings, and their kids and their grandkids, without the presence of those people, presents would have meant absolutely nothing. Our topic today is, your presence is the present. And I thought about not only in my family, about what a miracle it was to get together and that no gifts could have been substituted for that. But I thought about so many people who would trade any present that could physically be given to them to see their son who might be at war, or their daughter or loved one, someone who might be divorced, widowed, estranged from a child, a friendship that's gone awry. I thought about all the people and all the withouts that we might be processing this holiday season. And we thank God that his presence is always with us. Okay, let's lighten this up a bit. Are you ready for Christmas? We are 1 week out. Everybody keeps asking me if I'm ready. What makes you ready? I guess it's like the perfect gift for the perfect person. Maybe not the perfect person, the imperfect person. The right gift for the right person. And you have all those gifts, and they're wrapped and maybe under your tree or whatever your tradition is. I think that makes us ready. Our plans are made and our gifts are purchased. I was reviewing my list of people and my list of gifts. And it dawned on me that the most important person, yet the easiest person to give to, but the most difficult gift to give them, wasn't even on my list. What's up with that? Because I am so not ready, and you are so not ready if this person and this gift is missing from your list. Let's talk about that when we get back. You're listening to Journey with Judy on Lake 96.1. We'll be back in a minute. Welcome back. Thank you for choosing to journey with Judy this morning. We left at the break talking about the most important person that I forgot on my list and the most important gift. And see, here's the deal about gift giving and me. We talked a little bit about my family Christmas that we celebrated last week. And the thing about me with gift giving, like I never gave easy gifts. I had to give the biggest gift, the best gift, the most expensive gift, and absolutely it always came with conditions. And I used to call myself the attention whore because I would come to every party and I would want it to be all about me and what gift I gave and the impact it had. And I got to tell you, like, I absolutely walked away with the biggest resentment ever if you didn't respond the way I thought you should respond to the gift that I took so much time choosing for you because I was sure if I wanted it for you, then clearly you must have wanted it for yourself. It was a burden and never a blessing receiving a gift from me. So that being said, I was pondering my gift list and I was thinking like, I want to give the right gift to the right person with the right attitude. And I didn't used to do that. But I don't know if it's equally as bad giving the wrong gift to the wrong people. We know this season is supposed to be about love and joy and peace and hope. That's the reason for the season. But the fact of the matter is, we received the ultimate gift from the ultimate giver on Christmas Day. Our verse today is, "For God loved the world so much that he gave his only begotten Son." John 3:16. So here's my question. Is Jesus on your list? Have you even thought about him for Christmas? How do we end up at the manger on Christmas Day worshiping him? Because it's his birthday, remember? And so I guess the question is how would you feel if on your birthday everybody gave gifts to everybody else? Maybe some of you are more kind and life-giving than me, but that would totally bum me out. Because like I said, I love gifts. I want gifts. And I'm thinking that maybe Jesus might too. The first gift we got was the gift of his presence. His presence was the present. Oh, I can't stop crying today. And when he wanted to come, his mom and dad were told that there was no room in the inn for him. Remember that? There's no room for him. Is there room in our home, our schedule, our lives, and our hearts for him? I don't know. If you got him a gift, what would it be? What gift would you want? What gift would he want from you? I got to tell you, my kids give me lists, and they're totally awesome. They tell me what they want. They tell the way it was spelled out by my daughter was, these are my favorites. These are what I want. This is what I need, and this is what I don't really care about. Would the gift you gave Jesus be one he wants? Or would it be one that you wanted to give him? My kid always says to me, don't give me what you think I want. That's not a gift. That's not Christmas. We're supposed to get what we absolutely want and can't live without. I know today the greatest gift I ever got was one that I could not live without. And that was the gift of Jesus. But here's the deal about that gift. What makes it such a great gift is there's no conditions. What makes it such a great gift is it's just there for you to receive it whenever you want. And the hardest thing about that gift that we got from God is to receive it. It's so much easier to give than it is to receive. And if we're giving to him, then I want to give the right gifts to him. And sometimes the right gift is the hardest gift. The gift of our presence in response to the gift of his presence. That's it. That's all we're supposed to give. And if we don't, that's okay too, because he just waits till we're ready. Let's talk about the gifts. If I could stop crying. Let's talk about the gifts that he got from people who first and foremost offered their presence. Their physical presence. First being his mom. I mean, come on, let's be serious. If a 16-year-old girl came to you and told you that an angel came to her and told her she was having a baby, but she was a virgin, would you believe her? I would not probably believe my 16-year-old son if he told me that story. But here's the gig. What if she said no? What if she said, no, I'm not doing it? We wouldn't be having this conversation. So the first gift that she gave after she gave her presence was her trust. And how about her man? Let's think about him. Would you stand by your woman if you were Joseph? He knew he had nothing to do with that. Absolutely nothing. But his gift, besides his presence, was his obedience. And obedience is not only an outward action, but it is an inward attitude. And that's what he did. I'm totally digging that. It reminds me of when my kids were little, they never wanted to sit in their car seat when we were driving. And as you know, I'm a really bad driver, so that was more important that they were strapped in their car seat. And I have one child in particular who would always stand up. Like, I'd be driving this big van and they would like be standing up next to me. And I would say, baby, you got to get back in your seat. And I'll tell you, as much as I strapped them in their seat, I can tell you that they were standing up on the inside, even though they were sitting down on the outside. And that's obedience. And that's what Joseph did. How about the shepherds? I'm totally digging them this morning. Their gift was not only the presence of their presence, because they went far to go and see Jesus when he was born. Remember that? They gave him their praise, first and foremost, which is just their worship, which always involves a sacrifice. It's always requiring us to go beyond what's expected. I am telling you, their trust, their obedience, and their praise were gifts fit for a king. But the gift of their presence is what had to precede the other gifts they gave. So my nieces and nephews were at my family Christmas last week, and both of them were feeling under the weather. And I watched their parents attempt to pacify them with the obvious things. They gave them a pacifier, they gave them a blanket, they tried to redirect their attention here or there, put them in a car seat, took them out of a car seat. The fact of the matter was, with both my niece and my nephew, their genuine desire that could not be substituted with anything else was the presence of their parents. I couldn't hold them. My sisters couldn't hold them. My kids couldn't hold them. Nothing we could do would replace what they wanted, which was the physical presence of what they knew they needed more than anything else. And as small as they were, they knew everything else was a substitute. I love that. There's nothing ordinary about God's presence, and there's nothing ordinary about ours in return. You know, I was shopping with Bob last week for Christmas gifts. I think we have 3 so far. And I had bought something for each one of my children in one store, and I was really confident that it was the right thing. Bob always says, are we purchasing or are we shopping? Two totally different things. I wouldn't have come along if we were shopping. So then we went to another store. And I got to tell you, I second-guessed every single thing I bought to the degree that I stood back in line, bought all new things for all four of my children, and ended up going back to the previous store to return everything that I was so confident was exactly the gift that they needed, they wanted, and would probably get a good response from me. God is so not that way. We never have to second guess what it is that would be the greatest gift for him in response to his ultimate and greatest gift to us. There's no better gift than your presence. None. I've been invited to parties. My natural response is I'm a definite maybe. I say that in every instance. But the fact of the matter is I've received many invitations that clearly say your presence is your present. I kind of think that's dumb because I love presents. And I wonder if people really, really feel that way, or if they're the person giving the party has the right to be able to say that the person wanting the presents is willing to give that up. It's hard for me to grasp this concept of not getting and not giving. But if I want to be honest and open and transparent, I know that what I'm getting will never satisfy me. It will only be a substitute for the Savior. And generally what I'm giving, it's got some conditions, it's got some stipulations. And for the times that it's given with the right spirit, the right motives, and the right intentions, it makes God present to that person. And I'm totally digging that. The presence of Jesus was God's first gift on Christmas Day. So now I ask you, what do lords leaping, swans swimming, a partridge stuck in a pear tree, and a French hen have to do with the other 11 days of Christmas? When you hear that Christmas carol, do you hear what I hear regarding the 12 days of Christmas? Let's talk about that when we return. Thank you to Greg Cunis and the Cunis Country Auto Group for sponsoring Journey with Judy. We'll be back in a minute. You are listening to Lake 96.1. Welcome back. You are listening to Journey with Judy on Lake 96.1. And since this is the last Journey with Judy in 2011, I gotta get some Christmas stuff in here. We have to talk about Christmas Day. Christmas Day starts the 12 days of Christmas. And we left with me asking, do you hear what I hear? Not that Christmas carol, but the 12 days of Christmas carol. It's a traditional Christmas carol, but it is so rich in history, dating back centuries. I know so many people who go to light shows specifically to see the 12 days of Christmas. And I have to say that the specific origins of that chant are unknown, according to Wikipedia. However, the way I was taught, which is why I hear what I hear when I hear this, is that the 12 days of Christmas, starting December 26th through the Epiphany of January 6th, was an English carol written during the time of persecution in England and Scotland, Ireland, and Wales against the Roman Catholics. And I'm really sensitive about my Catholic faith. This is not a pitch on the Catholic faith. These 12 instances of these religious realities apply to your faith as well. So let's talk about them. This carol was sung in an attempt to teach the children the hidden meaning of their faith in a way that would avoid persecution, obviously. So it has this coded message and doctrinal truths that they put to music. And I'm totally digging that. So let's talk about it. The true love refers to God. The me who receives the gift is every baptized person. The pear tree is the cross, and the partridge is Jesus. Christ is symbolically portrayed as the mother partridge that fakes injury to trick the predators from her helpless chicks. All right, so on the first day of Christmas, you got Jesus on the cross. The two turtle doves simplify, is that such a word? The Old and New Testament. Your three French hens are the Trinity, or the theological virtues of faith, hope, and love. 4 calling birds are your Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Your 5 golden rings are the first 5 books of the Old Testament, or the 5 wounds of Jesus. Your 6 geese a-laying, those are the 6 days of creation. The 7 swans a-swimming are the 7 gifts of the Spirit. 8 maids a-milking are your 8 beatitudes. 9 ladies dancing are the 9 fruits of the Spirit. 10 lords a-leaping are your 10 commandments. 11 pipers piping are the 11 faithful apostles after Judas's betrayal. The 12 drummers drumming are the 12 points of the Apostles' Creed. And I'm so sad to tell you, I really wanted my daughter Campbell to sing this, and I really wanted my daughter Kennedy to tell you what these meant, but the stipulation was that both of them would have to miss Mass in order to do it, and so I just couldn't cave. So you had to listen to me, and I can't sing it. But here's the deal. The lengths that they went to teach the real meaning of their faith is commendable. We know that some things are caught and others are taught. And in our house, we always put Jesus in the manger on Christmas. That's always been our tradition. He's not part of the manger, but on Christmas morning, the kids run down the stairs and they put him in the manger. And when they were little, they would always fight about it. And then I remember one Christmas specifically, my daughter trying to put him in the manger and my son saying, "You stupid idiot. This is so about Jesus and not putting him in the manger." So see, we still stumble as a family trying to get it right. Are you ready? I'm so not ready for Christmas. And I'm even less ready for Jesus. Your presence is his present, because his presence was your present. The gift given with no condition. And if you want it, it is yours. Christmas Day and every day. The miracle starts, but unlike this show, it never, ever ends. You're listening to Journey with Judy right here on Lake 96.1. We'll be back in a minute.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Welcome back. Thank you for choosing to Journey with Judy for the last show of 2011. My Christmas prayer for us, as this journey today comes to an end, is that our spiritual senses are heightened to see that which is not visible, hear that which is not audible, sense that which is not tangible, and believe that which is unbelievable. I pray that we are taught to sort through the mess of this season and stay mindful of the presence of God in our lives and return that same gift to him. Please join me on January 1st for the 2012 kickoff of Journey with Judy. Stay tuned. Life Matters is next. Have a blessed Christmas and keep it hot, honest, open, and transparent. Peace out.
It's the most wonderful time of